is for a film called UBALDO TERZANI's Horror Show.
Yeah, and Victor had to read that because it's a hard title to remember, much less pronounce. And what this film is about is a potential great movie director who's trying to go out there and make a good horror film. And he seeks inspiration in regarding the screenplay of this film from a famous kind of Stephen King-like horror writer.
Right.
And he helps him out in creating the screenplay for his next film, right? And what happens is, in the midst of all that, this horror writer drags this poor guy in to his world, his dark world involving women, alcohol, booze, the whole bit. And then now what's amazing about this film is that you don't see any real horror per se until the very end. It's like a build-up. It's a build-up. It's more drama that results in this massacre that you cannot believe that you would see after seeing everything else you saw before. It was real good how they were able to do that. You know, what bugs me out is how the guy was able to like really handle it at the end.
Well, one thing I do like about it is that you gotta picture yourself in the situation. That's what I do with horror films. I picture myself in the situation. Would that happen to me? There's a lot of things that this guy, the kid, that I would have not done. But probably, maybe if I saw Stephen King and he would drag me into his world, I'd probably be caught up. Who knows? You know, because you got Stephen King, and you're gonna be in his world. You're like, oh, okay, let me get a little further into this. Maybe I want to be there. This guy gets way in there. He even drags his poor girlfriend in, which I would not have done that.
Oh yeah, like this guy already knew there was something up with this cat.
But then he brings his girlfriend.
And no, he invited. Why don't you invite your girlfriend over for that? I would have been like, no.
Exactly.
No. I was like, as soon as he said that, I said, oh, that's it. I knew that the girlfriend was gonna either be dead, maimed, or raped, or something. I don't know what, you know. And it just turned out to be.
And the only reason why this guy, this young guy, stayed with this writer at his crib, at his house, was because he needed to finish the script that he was making for the horror film.
He wanted to create the screenplay for his potential horror film, and what better source to get it from the greatest horror writer in that side of Italy, I guess, because that's where it was based.
Well, it was creepy, I give you that much. It was creepy. It had some tones that, you know, just was like, wait a minute, no way. I would say that to myself a couple of times, wait a minute, no way. But then, you know, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good.
I thought it was good. I give it 3 coffee cups for what it was worth. I'm not a big, I mean, there are certain foreign films that I like more than that, and I give more coffee cups to. But that one, for what it was, I give it 3. I really do. It was good. You know, it had a good brewness to it that
okay.
You know what?
Well, let me tell you.
I wouldn't see it a million times, though. I have to.
No, that's a movie that you wouldn't see a million times. But I liked it a lot too. I give it 3 coffee cups as well. It was creepy, and that's generally what I look for: creepy, scariness, shock values. And it wasn't scary. It was creepy.
The shock value actually is really towards the end. Like that's when it really kicks in. You know, because before that you don't really get that sense at all. You know, but watch it once, maybe twice.
Ralph doesn't like too much of the Italian type of genre horror.
No, that's not true. Like I said, I like some foreign films more than others. I love rap. You know?
Yeah, but you're going more towards the current foreign films. If you go back into the 80s and the 70s.
How old is this film?
No, this is current. This is
okay.
But I'm just saying is that if we would go back further to the 80s or the 70s, there's a lot of horror films that are classics. Well, I could mention a couple: Demons, Suspiria, The Beyond. Ralph probably never even heard of that.
Actually, I have.
All right. Well, but has he seen it? Have you seen Demons?
Yeah, I saw Demons a long time ago. UBALDO TERZANI Horror Show.
UBALDO TERZANI's Horror Show.
UBALDO TERZANI. That must be the writer.
That, I guess, it's the writer, the guy who... They should have changed the name in order to grab more market value.
He was a dirty old man.
I think he acted great.
He acted great as a dirty old man. But he was a good actor. You know what I mean? All right. Hello, guys. We're back.
We got a special guest here.
A special guest, a good friend of ours, Jamel Lopez, who is the radio talk show host of the Best Damn Show in Radio. All right, that's what it's called, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it's a wrestling talk show there. So, Jamel, talk to us.
Wait. Let me go first.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right. House of 1,000 Corpses is a great film. I think it's unjustly reviewed by a lot of people who didn't like the film. I guess they hyped it up too much, and a lot of people like to hype up films, and then when they see it, they get disappointed. When I saw this movie in the movies, I was hearing a lot of bad things about it, so my expectations were getting pretty bad, and I said, oh, well, I paid for the ticket, I'm expecting the worst, and I got the shock of my life. I thought it was good. Reminded me of Texas Chainsaw, Mother's Day, combined. It was like a meshed in together, and obviously Rob Zombie is probably a fan of these films because Rob Zombie lately in his films likes to put those trash type people in his films. Rednecks types of. So Mother's Day had the trash type rednecks in it, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, had the same thing. So combine those two, and what you got is a House of 1,000 Corpses, which I really thought was really good for a guy's first film. And what shocked me the most about this film, he had a hard time trying to get a distributor. This film was made 2 years, I believe, 2 years before it came out in the movies.
Really?
Yes, and he could not get a distributor because they were telling him to cut it. They were telling him, no, we don't want it. And so, thank God for Lionsgate, that they usually deal with horror films, and I think Lionsgate was just starting.
Right.
They picked House of 1,000 Corpses to be there, and finally it saw its release. I was shocked. I loved it, and I tell you one thing, when I first saw House of 1,000 Corpses, when I knew Rob Zombie was directing, I went, oh my God, a heavy metal guy directing a horror film, what's going to happen? And you'd be surprised, he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I think Rob Zombie is not given enough credit for his
first film. He gets a lot of due for his second film because obviously he had more experience.
Right.
But always, I think any director in their first films, they're gonna make their mistakes.
Right.
They're gonna make their loopholes and all. Oh my God.
Trial and error.
Right. But then once they do their second film, they're gonna know what to do, and that's what Rob Zombie did with The Devil's Rejects, and that's why I hate the damn cover of the Blu-ray because they separated those two films. Like, this is The Devil's Reject, this is House. They had nothing to do with each other, which pisses me off. This is a sequel to House of 1,000 Corpses.
I just think that in the packaging, a worker just.
I think it was done deliberately because I think Rob Zombie.
They did it deliberately to piss Victor off.
No, I just think they did it deliberately. I think Rob Zombie, to tell you the truth. Why I tell you this? Because, let's put it this way. I'm going to give you an example. Steven Spielberg. He loves Raiders of the Lost Ark. He can't stand the Temple of Doom. And then he loves The Last Crusade. He can't stand the Temple of Doom, which gets me angry because the Temple of Doom was one of my favorite movies. And with the Rob Zombie film, Rob Zombie just doesn't like House of 1,000 Corpses more than he likes The Devil's Rejects. So Rob Zombie, it's telling everybody you could see The Devil's Rejects as its own film. You understand? Which is true. You go in the movie theater and you see Devil's Rejects. You didn't have to see the first House. You could just see this one and not even think about the other one. Maybe I'm speaking for him. I'm sorry if I am, but I think he has a lot to say, Rob Zombie, to make the people that made the fucking Blu-ray to say, listen, you made the fucking Blu-ray wrong. House of 1,000 Corpses first and Devil's Rejects second. But he didn't say anything.
The therapy's been working for Victor and trying to get through this. But he's doing good. He's improving. Believe it or not, don't be fooled. Absolutely not. Jamel, you've seen House of 1,000 Corpses.
Yes, I have.
What is your take on it?
My take on the House of 1,000 Corpses is it's a great movie.
Why?
Why? Because of, one, storyline. Two, it has its satanic, edgy kind of suspense. and 3, it basically reminds me of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just like you said, but a more modern type.
And yeah, that's another thing that when I saw this movie, during that time, there wasn't a lot of horror films that were edgy, and I sort of missed that. And when this film came out,
It was like a breath of fresh air.
it was like a breath. Oh wow, they're bringing back the edge back, which was great. So,
How many coffee cups you give House of 1000?
oh man, I give that four coffee cups.
Victor gives it 4.
4.
How many coffee cups you give it, Jamal?
5.
Whoa, you give it 5?
Yes.
Why?
Because
Hey, why
It's
you
a
say
great movie.
why? If
I
he
want
likes
to
the
know.
movie-
I want to know.
it's a great movie.
There you go.
It's a great movie.
I give
It's-
it.
It sticks to itself. It's its own movie.
And you know what's great about that movie? But what pisses me off about it what pisses me off Devil Rejects about it is that Mr. Satan, was it Mr. Satan or Dr. Satan?
Yeah.
Dr. Satan. It was such a great character that this guy had, and he wasn't revived in the Devil's Rejects, Dr. Satan. However, if you go to the deleted scenes of the Devil Rejects Blu-ray or the DVD, if you have either, you'll see Dr. Satan in a scene, which he cut out, and is another proof that I'm telling you that he wanted nothing to do with House of 1000 Corpses. He took Dr. Satan out.
You can be your own worst critic when you create your own thing. That's the way I look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what?
I wouldn't hold it against them. You can be your own worst critic.
Creativity. That's what horror films lack these days.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, that's true.
If people was to say, "Oh, wait a minute, Devil's Rejects is a sequel to us," I didn't see the first one, so I guess he didn't want that to happen. People saying that, so he took the Dr. Satan character out of the film, and now people could see that movie as its own movie. That
So-
is my.
I give House of 1000 Corpses, I give it 3 coffee cups. It was good. That kind of horror doesn't really appeal to me as much as the supernatural type does.
You know that Eagle likes Supernatural.
I like the supernatural kind more. So, but you know what? It was still good. You know, it gave me the sense of the same thing, like the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre. These poor kids in the middle of the woods, they get tortured, killed, and go through all this stuff that just ultimately drives them insane. Because at the end, you just see them all laughing as they drive off into the sunset.
And it's a shame.
It's hilarious.
It's a
You know,
shame
I'm
that
like, my God.
Sid Haig, who plays Captain Spaulding,
Yeah.
his character could have gone into other films besides The Devil's Rejects.
Right.
They should have done more with his character, because I think he would have been a great character in other films. Sid Haig as Captain Spaulding was great in House of 1000 Corpses. I thought it was fantastic.
Absolutely. So, you know, that's basically our review of House of 1000 Corpses. You know, and I think we're done. You know, talk show host of the best dance show in radio. All right, that's what it's called, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it's a wrestling talk show. And Jamel, how do people get to check that out?
Well, everybody, you can go on Facebook and you can blog and type Blog Talk Radio / the best damn show in radio. And basically, it's a sports talk radio show where they talk about sports and wrestling.